Hello, welcome to COVID log number 4. This week I solved 8 problems, which you might say is an all-time low because typically I solve 20 or so problems a week. I'll get to that in a second. But the thing is, I still made a pretty good amount of submissions this week. 32 to be exact. And it's just that I've been focusing more on getting specific problems right instead of doing a bunch of problems. And as you can see, my average problem rating is actually at its all-time high because it's green here. So that means it's higher than everything I did before. And this video will be probably pretty brief, but I'll just go ahead and talk about what I did. So first of all, to address the low problem count, as you can see here, for the first 2 weeks of my training program, I did 20 or so problems a week, and then last week it dropped to 12, and then this week it dropped to 8. So why? Why is this happening? Well, I think it's because I had obviously more time over break, which was this week and sort of this week, because there were 2 days of no school. And the other thing is, I'm less concerned about solving more problems and more concerned about actually understanding them. What I mean by that is I want to get every single piece of information or insight or trick or technique out of a problem that I can get before moving on to another one. That way I don't waste time trying to understand a new problem when in the old one I still didn't actually get all of the benefits that problem offered me. So that's why I made a bunch of submissions. For one problem, I could submit 2 or 3 completely different variants just to see which ones work the best. And then taking that insight to the next problem. So this is not a bad trend necessarily. Now for actual rating progress. This week, I focused on DP because it was my weakest topic. And as you can see, it pretty much just fluctuated. But if you put a trend line on this, it becomes much clearer that things are starting to improve. Back when I started, I was doing 1,500, 1,600 problems. But when I ended, I was doing 1,800, 1,900 problems. So even though the change is really gradual and slow, it's happening. And I like that. That means I'm improving. This is pretty cool. And actually, I ended this on a high note, which is 1,900 rating points. And so DP became not my weakest, but my second weakest topic. So that meant I moved on to data structures 2 days ago. And so far, well, progress hasn't exactly been great. It's flatlining at 1,800 right now. But we'll see how this goes. I'll do this for the next week. Also, USAGO is next week. Well, hopefully because next week's midterms, there's probably going to be less homework and stuff, so I might be able to get more coding in and maybe do 2 topics, not just data structures, but the other topic that I'm pretty weak at, which is geometry. Yeah. Well, we'll see you later. Well, next week. Alright, bye.